welcome back. It's Lisa. Thanks for joining me. I have our pages out so we can continue on with our Grungy Journal. So I'm going to set the cover aside for now. We'll focus on that later, but today is going to be all about pages. I've already gone through and have torn a bunch of the paper, but not set up everything. Some pieces in here I'm a little undecided about, but the first thing that I did want us to work on, I'm going to set this aside a little bit, is I have this coffee dyed composition notebook paper, and it was too high. So I thought, and I got this idea from Louisa Heinzel, is I'm just going to, I love this idea for a Grungy Journal, is I'm just going to sew across here. But before I do that, I want to, whoops, grabbed the wrong thing. Let me get my cover back here. I want to double check that when this is sewn in, how short do I want these pages? So I'm gonna grab my tear ruler, because some other ones I've torn pretty well, and I think this one, I'll tear it a little more reasonably. Yeah, right about there. That will be good. And to me, I moved my trash can, now I can't find it. To me, if I leave these edges on here, that is perfectly all right. So with this one, oh, look at, they provided me a red line right there for me to follow. Isn't that nice of them? Thank you. Okay, so that gives us that edge. And then I can go through and sew this. So I think that'll be really cool. Get this over, and I'm going to check to make sure that I'm in frame here for you. Not really, am I? There we go. That's about as good as it's going to get, my friends. Get my foot pedal over. Now, you don't have to sew this. You could glue this if you don't have a sewing machine. But if you're going to sew it, I'm just going to use a straight stitch. You can pick whatever stitch of your choice. Do I want to do anything fancy? I don't think so. This is somewhat thin paper, so I'm not going to get too crazy with the number of stitches, because then it could just get fussy on me. Just sped it up a little bit. I don't like to go too fast, because sometimes that just causes your machine to do crazy things. I mean, a Grungy Journal is crazy enough. I don't need to make it any crazier. Come on. And you can make these stitches as wavy and wacky as you want to. It's a Grungy Journal, so if you're craving crooked lines, by all means, this is the time to do it. One of the fun things about making a Grungy Journal. In fact, if you're new to junk journal making, doing a Grungy Journal is actually a good starter. I'm going to leave some of these threads out a little bit. Move this over. Okay, so this is what that looks like then. So we've got our 2 rows across, but just gives it a little visual interest. It actually kind of makes the paper a little more stable as well. So let's see. This can go back in here. Debating, I think I'm going to make these edges rough here too. Whoop. These I'm just going to messy tear. You probably can't really see what I'm doing if I'm doing it on top of all the paper. There. I'm right-handed, so if my trash can isn't on my right side, forget it. Can't do it. I like that. Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to do is on this. This is pages out of an old book, but because the book was glued in, it had all these glue remnants on there. So what I'm going to do instead, and I already used my tear ruler on the sides. Good thing I checked, I'm not in frame here. I'm going to just add a piece of paper here so that I can fold this. But the question becomes, what paper do I want to use? Let's see if I have any scraps in here. I thought I had grabbed one. In fact, I know I did. Where did I bury it? Well, here it is, right where I left it, right in the book pages. All right, so what I'm going to do here is just mark myself a line so I know where to cut it. Where's my little bitty cutter? My little bitty guy. All right. Perfect. Save the scrap for later. You never know. And then we're going to take our 2 pages. I wish these had smaller lines, but they're made for quilters, not us crazy journal making people. I'm just going to go like that and then glue this. Ugh. I don't know why I'm having such, oh, did it again. I pulled another top off a needle. Well, that's for later. We're using this. And all that I have in this bottle is some, what do they call it, Fabri-Tac. And I'm probably off screen again. Come on. I need warm weather so I can order some more art glitter glue or get a new tip maybe. Is it possible to just buy the tips? I thought it was. Okay. Because that other one has just not been my friend. Good deal. And then on this side, I need another one actually. Here's another little scrap that might be kind of fun. kind of goes with the colors. And we'll give it about that yay long. Oh, yay long. Should work. Get out the big guy. Now where's the mark I made? Where is the mark I made? Goodness me. Oh, la 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 la. There it is. He wasn't looking up high enough. And then we'll cut down here. Where's that line? I see it. And we'll glue this one on. I would oftentimes ink, but I think on this I'm just not going to do it on these little pieces. Just not feeling it for this. Ooh, little telephones almost went on upside down. Perfect. I'm going to let that dry before I get all crazy and try to fold it. So we'll let that be. What else do we have in here? We've got this page, and I don't do this often, but it has the possibility of over time flipping and flopping pages back and forth that it could get a little fussy about the folding. So I'm thinking about using some washi on here. So here's some washi options. I think these two are Tim Holtz. This is just something I picked up along the way, and goodness knows where I got that. Goodness knows. So what do we like better? I don't know. Ooh, there it is. That was a quick decision, wasn't it? Yeah, that's too girly. Good for so many journals, but just not this one. Okay, so let's see. I always try to run it through the glue stick so it's good and stuck down. Let's make sure we got enough here. Just rest your finger on there and let it slide through so you've got that glue on there. And when I do that, I have not, knock on wood, oh look it, I have not had issues with it not staying. Kind of awesome. Glue on my finger. Icky. My mom always said when I was a kid, I didn't like to get my hands dirty, and it's still kind of true. I'm just a wimp. Just a wimpy kid. Wish I were just a kid. What are you all making? Nobody's been sharing with me little tidbits and nuggets of what you're working on. Or if you're new to junk journaling, or not, you don't have to be new, and want us to cover something on the channel, if you've got questions, just ask me. Or if there's topics you want to learn about, feel free to ask. That's what you got me for. I'm just going to cut this down. And now, because this is kind of tattered here, I'm just going to kind of get clever with it. Now I think with this one, let's fold this bad boy again. There. Where's my bone folder? There we go. I like that on there. And then in this one, I think I am going to ink it. And you see, there doesn't have to be a rhyme or reason to anything. It's just what you like. As Tim Holtz says, you do you. I was feeling it on this page though. Look at this cool map of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana. Of course, I'm in Wisconsin. Tell me where in the comments you're from. That'd be fun. So we can learn where we're all tuning in from. So that goes in here, but as I see this, I always like to put, not always, but most often, I like to put cardstock on the outside of a signature, just so, I don't know, I just feel like it strengthens the signature. You don't have to do that either. You don't have to do a thing, I say. Just giving you recommendations, but one of the wonderful things about making journals is everybody kind of develops their own style. I just think that's so cool. I don't like this crisp edge on here. Oh, right here, Lisa. Let's do one at a time since it's cardstock. I don't want to get all cray-cray. All right. We had today some really warm weather. It was in the mid-30s, I saw at one point. I don't know if it got higher than that. But as I stopped to think about it, I mean, it's March basically. And that just seems so incredible. I feel like, although I've been so ready for winter to be over, that it did go kind of quickly. But it was a busy winter for us with the wedding and wrestling and holidays and birthdays and all kinds of fun stuff. It was a good winter. Cool. So that goes there. This piece just isn't grungy enough for me. So the question becomes, how do I want to grunge it? And I think I'm going to get really crazy and ridiculous. And then I'll go down here like that. And I almost feel like making a hole. I don't know why. I just feel like making a hole. I'm gonna do it. I've never done this before, but it feels kind of fun. Give myself a starting point so I don't completely destroy the paper. I poked a hole and I'm going forward. It's fun. I should give myself license to be destructive more often, right? So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna fold these pieces, some in one way, some out the other way, so like that, so that then when we ink, I don't like this perfect corner either. Oh, like that. And I don't like this perfect corner either. Perfectly imperfect. Yes. And the colors I'm trying to stick to with this journal, of course, the vintage photo kind of distressed color. But then also I'm bringing in blues, greens. This paper is green. I'm not sure how well that's showing up on camera. And then just a little bit of, what's it called? Well, I'm using some rusty hinge here and there, but that wasn't what, oh, mustard seed. Distress ink. So you'll see in a little while what I've done with that. I did some fun playing. We can play together to make some ourselves too, because I had such fun. Now I'm going to want more. So I'll share with all of you too. Not quite grungy enough. Oh, that's pretty good. Is there anything not grunged up enough on this side? Right here, maybe? Oh, almost forgot. Forgot to do my masterpiece here. There. This is so much fun. Okay. See, now it's got some interest though to it, and it looks like it's been a little traveled and it has some character. I love that. I'm gonna do that more often. And what about this guy? Maybe what I'll do next is I'll put this page in. This is a page from a stamp book. So I'll put that in there. Actually, it fits in there perfectly. Love that. And then we'll do this one. I kind of like this one as it is, but I don't want the edges quite that neat. So let's try this. This is a more jaggedy side of my tear ruler. And these tear rulers are just from We Are Memory Keepers. You can just Google it on Amazon. Google it on Amazon. Search for it on Amazon. Or I suppose you can Google too. And it'll probably come right up. It's a set of 3 tear rulers. Listen how crunchy this paper is. I love it. Come on. You want to fight? Oh, fight. There. Now, so I like that part, but I'm kind of keen on this, but I'm just gonna rip it a bit. I gotta move my chair up. I feel like I'm reaching into the next planet. And sometimes that little bit is all it takes. And do the same at the bottom. I'm not using, you might be thinking, why isn't she using the tear ruler? I wanted a different edge. I don't want them all matchy-matchy. That's why. See, there is a method to my madness. Yum. That's how we're looking so far. That's what the doctor ordered. Okay, so the next page I'm putting in is this one. It's from a book, end paper again. And how do I want to do this? So this one, since I've got a grumpy edge and some grumpy edges there, I'm gonna just use the tear ruler on this one, just on the sides. There. Now, Grungy Journal. I don't want the white edges. You guys, I forgot to check the time again. Oh my gosh. It's too bad you guys can't talk to me when I'm making videos, and then you could say, Lisa, did you check the time before you got started? And my answer would be likely no. This is a page from a home plan book. And with this one, I haven't done this for a while. I think, but if I do that, I'm not going to have enough room to tuck things in, really. I know what I'm going to do. Let's see. Let me think. I think I'm going to, and now I just cut almost up to where the fold is. And I'm going to take this bottom half and make a little pocket. So before I forget, oh, come on, art glitter glue. Should I do glue surgery quick? I'll be right back. Okay, the glue bottle and I had a little chat, so we're thinking we might get along better now. Might. Can't guarantee anything, and I'm pretty sure the glue bottle isn't either. Okay, we got ourselves a little pocket. And then up here, I think I'm not going to get, I just like this so much that I'm not going to do any more with it. Whoops. Okay, so we'll put that in like that. This page is fine. I wish I had one of these punches. So what can I do instead? I know. Let's get rowdy. Oh, I like that. Why does it not cut off the whole thing if I have it that way? I'm not going to make you guys sit and watch me pull those out. I'll do that later. But this makes the edge a little more interesting. Here I said I wasn't going to make you watch me pull these out. And my OCD is kicking in, so I can't just let it alone. Okay, I think one more should be good. There. We'll go back for the edges on that in a little bit, or afterward. So we've got those pages. Let's go back to this. I think I can fold it now, but I believe I'm going to score this. Yeah. This is another item that if you're a new paper crafter, that is really good to have. It's not necessary to start off with, but eventually you will likely want one. Because I glued it on both sides, it was a little stiff, so this way, when I score it, it's just easier to fold, like so. Yeah? Okay. And bone folder. Okay. Oh, that's good and sturdy. That can go more toward the outside of the signature, I do believe. Maybe I'll put that in front and center. It earned a front spot. Oh yeah, I like that. Only that goes like this. There we go. This is what everything's looking like. Yes, 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 yes. I don't want two pattern things together. Let's put this little fella in here that we stitched up earlier. Then I had a harebrained idea for this one. This is some packaging paper that's like very soft. The person who gets the journal wouldn't be able to write on it with not with a felt tip pen or like a Sharpie pen, but ballpoint pen definitely. But so I debated, do I put it in, and I put it in. But for this journal, I had to do it. I just could not do it. So the question became, okay, so what are you going to do to strengthen it? So I decided to put either a pocket or a belly band. And I'm thinking I'm going to belly band it. So before I actually take this to the sewing machine and sew the sides, I am going to, but let me think here. I can do that. I think that will still work. Otherwise it's pockets. And if I do pockets, I could go like this and have this edge down, because part of it is I wanted to protect the inside of that. So I could go like that. Why aren't you all talking to me and helping me make up my mind? I think it's going to have to be pockets, actually. There's a bit of practicality of use that has to go into this, but I also do want to take a little glue stick and glue. This is all one big thing. See? I'm just going to glue this all together again to make this more sturdy, because I want to. And that's the beauty of when you're making your own journals, is you can do what you want. I keep trying to pull this away and it keeps following it. Okay, let's try that. Oh, no. See, I already brain buffed. Lisa, you silly girl. So that's that. I can feel that's better already. Yep. But it's still soft and yummy. Okay, so let's do this side. It's funny how so much of what we consider when making journals is texture. Part of the experience of using a journal like this is the tactile piece, whether it's fabric or crunchy paper or laces or like eyelash trim. It's also a tactile experience, which I think is super cool. There we go. It was getting a little hung up on itself. Come on. There we go. Cool. Actually, I think what I'll do is that. Okay. Which means then that I need to pay attention to the length of my pocket. Yep. So that side is fine. This one, because it's a little wonky, purposefully wonky, I just want to cut that. Don't tell Corey Diamond, but I just threw that away. I've got such a bag of scraps because Corey guilted me out. I felt I couldn't throw anything away, and now I've got so much. There comes a point where you just got to say, hey, I can't do it anymore. Corey's so brilliant, though. If you've never watched Corey, she is creating with scraps. And she has also a very unique, wonderful style. Okay, let's get a little of this Fussy Art glitter glue. I'm just going to do this one side first before I commit to the other side, just to make sure everything is kosher. Now, Lisa Michelle. I didn't do the bottom side after I told myself it was a pocket. You know what? I'm going to have to do both sides and just grin and bear it. Okay. Overheadly. There. I couldn't get my pin back in the glue bottle. Perfect. Okay. Okay, good and stuck down. Now we'll do a little inking here, but I'm going to have to do it kind of lightly because this paper is a little more delicate. Definitely not like cardstock where I can just go cracking away at it. But like I said, I had to do it because the feeling of this paper is amazing. I've been hanging on to this paper. You would really think I'm nuts if you only knew how long I've been hanging on to this, because I was so obsessed with the texture and knew I wanted to use it. Let's do this right away. This is actually old Happy Planner paper that I've had laying around. But I love this edge on it for making journals. Happy Planners didn't make me happy, but they just didn't work for me. But I know so many people just absolutely love them. But it just didn't work with my brain. So this can go in here. So let's see what we think. Got everything together then. Squish, squish. And we'll go this, 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 our holy paper, that. Yeah, I just love the different textures in this. Really is tripping my trigger. And even though I wasn't really gonna do it, I think I am going to use this paper. Maybe not. This has some, we can always put an embellishment on there, can't we? It's got a little, it must have been glued together. I got it in packaging. Goodness only knows with what. But let's see what we can do with it. Let's get out the big boy again. And move some of my junk out of the way. Too many things going on, you guys. So let's just first cut off edges. see where we land and how we like it. Let's just play with it, because sometimes if you just start to use it, an idea comes. And sometimes once you get started on your project, you just don't have all the ideas. Okay, so if we fold this in half, let's just take it like this for a second. If we go like this, we're definitely way over, but let's see. We go more toward the middle. Then what are we for size? Okay, that's where we're at there. That could go like that. We could just have a little peekaboo polka dot there. And then here, we could do this side as a bit of a pocket. What do you think? I'm thinking that's kind of dandy. So let's see if that will work. I think it will. The other thing I'm sitting here contemplating while you're wondering what I'm doing, what are you doing, Lisa, is do I want to stitch it? And I think I do want to stitch some more pages. So first, we're going to shore up our edges because this is a little thinner paper. I'm not going to get too crazy ripping it. Save that for later because you never know. Okay. Now to fortify this a little bit, I'm going to put a scrap in there. I am. Do I want, will that be enough? I think it will. Oops. Sitting on my leg too long and I'm going numb. Just make sure. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut just a sliver of this off. I cut it just a little too far out. Gonna just make sure I've got a good crease, sharp crease on there so I can see what I'm trying to butt it up against. My grungy glue paper. because for this I'm just going to use glue stick, and then I'm sewing around the edges anyway. Oh, for heaven's sake. What's wrong with me? Okay. Here's my bone folder. I see some areas where I think my fingers took up the glue. Yeah. Is that all good? That's all good. No. There we go. Just needs a little extra shot right here. Okay. And I'm just going to clean up this edge here. And we have ourselves a cutie cute little pocket. So with that, let's get some things out of the way. And I'll bring this guy back. And I'm just going to sew. You know what? I think I'm going to sew around the whole thing. And we'll just start right there. Did a little back stitch. Maybe right here, just to think I'm a little clever, I'll just do a little zigzag. Then we'll go back to straight stitch. Hit the gas a little bit there, didn't I? I'm going to just run down this side here. Pull this up, leave some strings hang, and then I'm going to finish going along the top here. Where's my other thread? Come on, I see ya. I saw ya. I'm going to keep some of the stringies, but not all the stringies. There we go. All right, so we've got ourselves a cute little pocket and then some cute pages with little stringies. And let's get our signature back out so we can check out how we're doing here. Did I put that in? Nope. Let's figure out where we want these 2 pages now. I think we'll keep that on the inside because it's strong paper. We'll put this here. So we've got a little bit of pattern here. And let's put, I think, gosh, this just looks cute no matter where I put it, but I'm going to put it right here. Maybe no. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I did that one. All right. So that's where we're at, and then the next time that we get together, we will work on doing some embellishing and maybe sewing in some signatures. I haven't decided yet if I will sew the signatures in first and then, or the signature in first and then embellish, or vice versa. Just because I'm trying to watch the thickness of this. Feel this, or listen to that crinkle of that cover. Ah, I love it. So we'll keep working on the rest of it when we come back. Thanks for joining me and have a great evening or day. Click thumbs up if you like what you see. Subscribe so you get notified of any upcoming videos, and feel free to comment on anything. Thank you.